Hi, I'm going to ramble about a tier list thing on, a PlayStation Cup. I'm probably not going to do that. Yeah, some tier list people. Okay, let's see. Ah. That's okay. That's gonna be difficult for me. Oh. Oof. I'll get to reading that eventually, okay? Yeah, so I think that means that more people. I'm not sure if that's the alt. Let's see, where is... The more would be like... yeah. Oh, Gamma Monstro.
Monsters of the deep.
Monstro spawn, so let's just use that. Okay. Definitely gonna be using a lot of Hulk today. I've got a headache today. So basically per thing, I'll just like take a look at that tier list and I'll just complain about it. Healer, second layer, whatever.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
And glass away. Where's this guy taking me? It's 1939. Oops, sorry. Basically, each round I just like rant about it, but like the thing that I don't like about it is they were basically using like really hyper-specific arguments for their points. Like, oh, but the sword would break, and it's like, okay. Stay along. I got all my time, so time. Right, I just like it. Time.
I am ready to put on a show.
Double
Double of them. So, I think if I remember right, Super Sense was at D because they were like, oh, but you break the sword. But they're not taking into account prep time. They're not taking into account the fact that I could go out of my way to get a bigger sword that I could use the same as like a rapier or like a really fast sword, like, you know, whatever, like a one-handed sword, and use a two-handed sword as a one sword, or like a big hunk of raw iron or whatever, right? Yep. Okay, let's just switch to Iron Man then. That might be a bit, you know, easy to get some easy damage on. Let's look at me shine.
I am ready to put on a show.
It's clobbering time! Render me assistance.
Some uninvited guests.
Hurry up! Maximum!
Disappear! Double kill! That's 3! Wow, 4 in a row!
That Wolverine is trying something.
A nice deep freeze.
Here's how you bounce away!
A nice deep freeze.
Hurry up! Look out below!
Homicide. I made my first. Look at me shine.
Maximum pulse!
I am ready to...
Double
kill!
Hurry up! Anyone say fireworks?
definitely timed that wrong.
Powering up.
Disappear! 30 seconds.
Rockets, fire.
Well, we have to hold it off.
Anyone willing to help?
Yeah, now they have to target me, which is the best thing about Tony. They have to target you. Because you can just get into a really good position.
Seconds. You'll have to keep fighting until we have clear. I am ready to put on a show. It's the grand finale.
Maximum pulse. Powering up.
Disappear!
Oh no. I tried. Flawless design. As Iron Man hit 4 enemies with a single use of invincible pulse cannon. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's ramp. Oh. Here it is. Oh, of course on the MVP. Nice. Hultron's getting ready. He's like, I'm having a name. Anyway, so, just to ramble on. So, Aquaman's talking to fish is F tier. That's fine, there's not a lot of times when you'd be, you know, in the water. But then D tier is shapeshifting. They specifically use Beast Boy for this. So if you didn't know, Beast Boy has a lot of capabilities. One of them is the ability to transform into multiple animals. Now, most animals can't, you know, you can transform into small animals, like these animals would be like a pack of rats. So typically, not a lot of them can use swordsmanship. But he can transform into any living creature that's existed. He can transform into people, as an example of this. Now, you can't. We haven't really seen him transform into people like.
I've seen wonders out there in the cosmos few humans will ever behold.
You know, we haven't really seen him transform into like, you know, just a bigger person. But he could definitely transform into like a gorilla. Or like he could transform into a lot of things like that.
Winning isn't always about hitting harder. Sometimes it's about thinking harder.
30 seconds before you attack.
Yeah, I just
Get
kind of
ready.
good based on like.
And strife you caused my people.
Thingy.
Whatever your
Like, he can transform into a lot of things. And he can also just transform into Crypto the Super Dog. As if he was on that planet, or, you know, if he was, the writer was feeling like it. But like, he can transform into a lot of different animals, and it's just kind of a bad faith argument to be like, oh, but you know, they use a bear as an example, because their argument isn't like the creature couldn't use a sword. Their argument is that, you know, a sword would beat a bear.
a shield.
Yeah, it will beat an unintelligent bear, but a bear that can transform into any other animal. It's not just Beast Boy's ability is just, oh, I transform into a bear. His ability is I can transform into any kind of animal and multiple kind of animals like that. Okay, you know, I deserve this. Like, you can transform into multiple animals, and on top of this, Beast Boy heals. So by the argument that, you know, he can heal an entire like stab wound in his head, and we assume he did it via just straight up, you know. Just healing naturally. So you can't even really use an argument.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Like, you can't use an argument that, like, because they put like Wolverine's healing in S tier, but if you're using the images, that doesn't work. Like, Beast Boy then becomes like at least a B tier because he could heal like an entire like big like sniper bullet like mark. Like, if you've seen the image, it's bigger than his eye that was taken. Like, and then he just heals it back easily. So you can't really use it as an argument.
Look who's here. Defensive layers. Nice.
Keep fighting until you have winner.
So you can't use that as an argument. So Beast Boy is at least a B tier, and he's in D tier here. So that's a terrible argument. The argument is effectively just, Sword can beat any animal, you know. And not realizing Beast Boy's talent is that he can switch between multiple animals quickly, and he can heal like beyond just basic small wounds. He can heal like an entire missing eye and part of his brain.
30 seconds before
So
you attack.
like,
Get ready.
you know, that means that like a basic sword wouldn't be able to normally kill you. And like the super strength Hulk they use as an image in C, if you have the Hulk's body with the intelligence of a human, you're already highly advantaged compared to most sword fighters.
My powers.
And you could use a big chunk of raw iron as your sword. You could use Guts' blade. You could use all these anime blades that are like
All you need to do is
impossible
capture
for
the
a normal
mission
person
area.
to use. And what
Got it?
someone's going to do if they have a tiny sword and you're using this massive huge blade like a toothpick. The other C tier is specifically Professor X. Professor X's mind reading, which, if you know Professor X, you'll know that his mind reading isn't first thought level, like some people, you know. You know, he can read your mind before you even think it. That's his level of it.
Come to me. We have done it.
So you can't use that as an argument. So like, you wouldn't just think what people's thinking, like, oh, first thought, second thought. You know, you would think in like that you would be able to read their intrinsic thoughts, or just take away their soul if you felt like it. You could just take away their soul. You could take their soul out of their body and stop them thinking, and then boom, you win. But let's assume it's just mind reading, and it's not specifically his mind reading, right? The same goes to Beast Boy, you know.
Control lost.
Same thing with Beast Boy 1, okay? Basic shapeshifting, you take all the damage that your previous body has, and what else would make it really mid? You get the intelligence of the animal. So that's still really good, because even if you have the intelligence of an animal, you could just transform onto a whale on someone, or like say a massive big animal that's really heavy. Like you could just go ramming at them as a hippo. You know, but does it stop this sword? They didn't use that as an argument. They could beat a bear. You know, a bear's claw isn't as good as a sword. Then we go to the super strength. Again, chunk of raw iron. You don't even need super strength. You could have Netflix and Jessica Jones's power set, where she just...
Alright, Ty. Oh, now we really have to attack. Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Control seized.
Let me return the favor.
So cold.
You know, and then you got like Ishtar's future sight, which I'm going to be honest, her future sight is downright awful.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Her future sight is genuinely awful, because how her future sight works, if you don't know, because you haven't watched that series of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a mid-series by the way.
Glory's almost yours.
Like, basically she sees one true fate, and if you have a Millennium item, you can negate it. Now, I think that means that therefore she can negate the fate if it's like not favourable. So like, if you're going to take a given amount of damage in a sword fight, like you're gonna lose your arm but you're gonna win the fight, you could be like, okay, I'm gonna go with something that fate doesn't think is, you know, justified. You know, but you still get like one shot or whatever. I don't know.
Maximum pulse.
So yeah, but let's say basic future sight, they're like, but if you only see a second into the future, it's not that helpful. You can see fates, you can see all kind of things. Your advantage is like as good as you are as strategist. And you don't need to be an amazing strategist, you can be a kind of strategist and still get a pretty decent effect, really.
Alright, Ty. Now we really have to attack. Us against the world. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Yeah, we lose that one. Like, you know, whatever. I honestly cannot tell the image next to that. I think that's supposed to be... I don't remember. Oh, it's invisibility, that's right. But basically, future sight, even if you can only see like a second in the future, you're going to know if something's a fate or not. And that means that you can go more defensive stance. Same with mind reading, you can go a much more defensive stance. Most of the ones that are on the lower ranks outside of, you know, Aquaman speaking to fishes, is like already making the case to at least B tier. And like Super Strength assumes you like, you know, prep time, but like with all of these, you don't need to prep time. You could assume, oh, you don't get to prep time. Super Strength, you could just, you know, earth shatter the ground. But oh no, we assume that you only got like 2 times strength, even though we use the Incredible Hulk, you know, whatever. 2 times strength is still amazing because then you could just completely just stop someone from moving the sword. A sword is dangerous when it's moving at speed, but if it's stationary, you're going to get much less cutting done on your hand. Like, that's how knives work. You know, you need to move to get the most damage. You don't really have a tank? Is that why? I'm gonna go boost. What team up just initiated?
They captured the mission area!
But yeah, like invisibility, they're like, oh well, invisibility is like A tier, you know. Like this is the point where it starts growing like more like reasonable, you know, like at the A tier. But they're still using incredibly basic powers when you could use like really just amazing powers for this.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Burst!
Oh, that makes sense.
Namor shall bide his time. For now. Powering up.
They've almost got it!
Anyone say fireworks?
Disappear!
Is that name also wrong thing? Is it? Let's just go back.
Again!
Sick.
Maximum!
Oh, no, 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 no.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner!
Powering up. I don't think that's welcoming to this.
Trophies!
Starks never forget.
Perimeter secure. We did it.
My armor's got a lock on a bogey.
Oh my god, that person's got good shots.
Rockets, fire!
Oh, a touch of healing!
Like invisibility, they're like, oh well, it's A tier because you'd win like most sword fights, and it's like, oh, the same with flight. But like B tier, future sight is kind of ridiculous.
So long! Let's keep fighting until we have a winner!
You know, flight A tier, fine, and then like, oh yeah, but the next tier is like time, like stop, you know, bulletproof, super speed, regeneration, you know, matter manipulation, and then there's like, oh yeah, Batman, they're like super rich, you know, they use Batman super instead of saying prep time, they use, oh well, he's super rich, you know, comedy or whatever. You know, he can prep time, but with any of these you can prep, you know. If I, you know, bring my opponent into, you know, a sea life, like, preservation area, or like, you know, an endangered animal area, or something like that, right? Like, what is a water plate, you know, like where like those like glass areas where a bunch of sea life animals, like if we're having a duel there and I have like Aquaman's power, I suddenly have like 50 people helping me, you know, it's not, you know, a fair fight really, is it?
Who needs four when you've got one like me?
I'm not the type who fades quietly into the background.
You know, like, that suddenly becomes an A-tier power because you have an army helping you. Like, and shapeshifting. I haven't even got into Martian Manhunter territories yet. If you've got Martian Manhunter's power set, right? If you have Martian Manhunter's power set,
Saving the world still hasn't gotten old.
suddenly this goes from like this awful B-tier thing, like this DT thing that they're saying it is to suddenly, oh yeah, I can be a liquid body, you know, while holding a sword. I could just turn into like a million swords in front of me. Like, it's a really stupid argument to put shapeshifting in that low.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
We've got trouble.
Feel the pull!
I was in trouble.
You know, like, super strength. What if I, you know, have that raw chunk of iron as a sword? Like, how is a basic sword going to defend against, you know, a properly used gut sword? You know, there's no way to defend against it.
Do you have a license for that, Frank?
I am wounded.
Like, mind reading, like, you know, imagine if you just had a devastating day and I'm just using mind reading to like be like, oh, your child's name, I've got them at gunpoint. How do you know my child's name? Oh, don't, and then like they're thinking about their child, so you just like really getting their emotions over them. Future sight. Well, you could tell them what they're going to be doing, unless they're going to be dead. So it's like a...
Clear the way.
Shake it out.
I've always been a heavy hitter.
I am healed.
Force burst.
Need to be helpful.
Psionic burst.
Your powers are mine! Assemble! Judge, jury, executioner!
You know, like this list is just awful because aside from Aquaman, in a basic sword fight, every single one of these powers are at least A or B tier. I just don't like it when people make like really like, it's not disingenuous, but it's stupid arguments.
That vehicle in its tracks.
Like, it's just a really stupid argument because they're like, it's like if assuming your opponent doesn't have super powers, this is what this is assuming.
Stop that vehicle.
My favorite time! Strong again!
Disappear! Anyone willing to help? Clear the way!
You failed!
You never fail to impress me, Reed.
We are in the front!
I don't like the look of that turret. No worries, I've got your back.
You stopped them in their tracks.
Vortex field! No worries, I've got your back.
Need some range.
Punisher's inside turret!
Like, it's a stupid argument to make, to be like,
Feel the pull!
oh yeah, I forgot I can do that earlier.
It pleases me to be helpful.
Oh, Mantis.
I need assistance.
Invisible? Feeling fantastic.
Assemble!
Life energy flows stronger.
Ah, yes.
Psionic burst! I got you covered. Force burst! Enemy located.
Judge, jury, executioner!
This is real firepower!
Stop them!
Like, basically this entire list is really stupid because they're using a hyper-specific, like, circumstance that puts them into an advantage for the conversation.
Still needed here.
And that really bugs me.
Here comes Joe.
Oh, he's become Johnny.
I suck.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Psionic surge!
Fast, raise us with victory!
Better stop that vehicle.
Disappear!
My friend,
Got you covered.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Total blindside. Much better.
Yeah, that was me taking
What the heck am I listening to?
You need me.
Just for you.
We've got trouble. No worries. I've got your back.
Ooh, that felt nice. My
Invisible?
Be strong together.
That's my sister.
we are on our heels!
Assemble!
Thanks so much.
Yep. Like, their arguments were really, like, let's use the most basic form of this superpower. How would a sword fighter ever deal with someone like Beast Boy, even if you take out the healing, rapidly switching between animal types? No swordsman would be able to deal with a bear that turns into a snake, that turns into a falcon, that turns into a swarm of ants.
Looks like they mean
You know, no swordsman can ever deal with a cheetah that turns to like a bear. And if we're talking about Maui shapeshifting, where like whatever he's holding transfers to like a different limb, like, you know, a hawk's foot is the equivalent to a human's hand. How would you deal with that if in a sword fight? They're basically going, oh yeah, so it has to be in this specific argument and it has to work exactly like this, or like, you know, it doesn't make sense or whatever. It just annoys me.
Don't give them another inch. Or
that's what happens when you threaten my brother.
You needed that more than you know.
Your powers are mine!
They look like they mean business.
No more tricks, huh?
Judge, jury, executioner!
Dang. So that disappears when Invisible Girl dies. Yeah.
Tremble before Bath!
Disappear so easily.
Rainbow stands with you!
Assemble!
Thanks. Wish I could heal you back.
A little help, please.
down to 30 seconds.
Clearly you needed some help.
You gotta Prepare yourselves.
Psionic Final 10 seconds.
Now Punisher is turned again.
Much better.
Feeling fantastic.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Clearly you needed some help.
Strong again.
Nice.
Another epic
Like-
victory.
I think it's a really stupid argument for them to be like, oh yeah, like one of the huge things they talk about, like in their videos, is range. Basically, legitimately just that, like, oh yeah, if you're like, you know, like a little bit taller, like by like a couple inches or a single foot taller than someone, like you are significantly advantaged compared to them. That's fair. That's a fair point to make. How do they class like being able to shift around your body to not be like god tier? You know, how are you not counting that to be one of the most busted powers in the world in that with that logic? $18 minutes. I get another game in. Oh no! Like, I find it a stupid argument because how would like someone who has to do like, unless you're swinging around your sword like a pole staff and then just spinning it and spinning it and spinning
You'll need a
it, how would you
top-notch
deal
team
with
to
so
win
many
this one.
different like bodies and stuff?
Who needs 4 when you...
Science solves problems.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
I've seen wonders out there in the cosmos few humans will ever behold. My ultimate goal is simple. Solve everything.
Do you truly
So,
believe you can stop my
let's get
grand
started.
scheme?
How is that?
30 seconds before you attack.
Oh.
Get ready.
I've seen wonders out there in the
Asgard
cosmos
has been
few
invaded
humans
yet
will
again.
ever behold.
But as always, Loki
Sure, I'll go
shall
rock it.
prevail.
Who are you calling a raccoon,
Alright.
huh?
This is good.
Science.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
But like,
Help get that vehicle to its destination. Hold still. I'm trying to help. This is gonna hurt. Tony's down? Oh no!
Let me return the favor.
Goodbye.
Tandy needs help.
Be on the lookout for
Halfway there. Keep going.
I'm hulking out!
Hey folks, I got ready. Always fighter. Bad guys.
Have a shield!
This is gonna hurt.
that's fine. Like, genuinely speaking, I just think it's ridiculous to be like, oh yeah, you know, like shapeshifting is like D tier, but like, you know, invisibility is like A tier, you know, like I could transform into a single bee. How are you dealing with a single bee?
Turn back now. This is gonna hurt. The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. It's spider time!
Fantastic! Ha! Oh!
That's fine. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's genuinely just the case that so many people don't talk about the fact that, like, shapeshifting, like, in that case, would be one of the best cases. Because you're not dealing with someone who can, like, fire 10,000 bullets per second.
Did I come through the green door again?
Arachnophobia time.
This is real firepower!
Oh my god. It's not even a take damage thing.
Did I come through the green door again?
No smashing up! Stuff always has to show off. It's like a spread.
I'll take all the healing I can get.
A spider
charge!
infestation?
Fire!
How unpleasant. We need to
Good job hitting that one.
It's spider time!
Goodbye.
We are undefeatable!
Don't guide it firebombs? Yikes! You get away with it! You get away with it! You get away!
Defenses are down! What hurt such an amazing
Yep. No, we got the ram further. But like, you get what I mean? Where like, putting Beast Boy's shapeshifting in D tier, when like, I want to remind you, he has taken entire brain splattering damage and just healed it somehow. Did he heal it due to someone's power set? Did he heal it due to his own healing? We never were told.
I'll take all the healing I can get. Glad I could help. Move on, that tree's not gonna make it.
The gods themselves have come. A spider infestation? That's how unpleasant.
We're hurt! Time for some fireworks.
Gamma shield!
My resistance is...
Hulk hates exploding spiders! Gamma shield! Can't win without it!
Double KO!
Stay right there! Was just a scratch.
The gods themselves are counting on us.
Hold still, I'm trying to help.
The next version of me I meet is nice.
That almost hurt!
Yeah, that's fine.
Get away! Spider-Man, watch out! Count on me!
Stop Loki killing Tree! Go!
Like it's just a bad faith argument they were making, and it really bothers me.
Yes, with the amazing Spider-Man!
Patara, did you have any imagination?
Here we go again.
Winter Soldier awaiting orders.
I'm
Hulky! Ow!
Ugh. That Iron Man better be still on the squad. Yeah, good.
This is...
I'm
Hulky! Ow!
It's Spider Time!
I'm guessing no.
Oh,
If at first you don't succeed,
try again.
Vehicle moving again! Down to 30
No way I'm getting no.
You get away! You get away!
us against the world.
The final 10 seconds! Don't let anything stand in your way!
Oh, dang it.
If at first you
You'll have
don't
to keep
succeed,
fighting until we have a winner!
Oh, it says their names. Okay.
One in my sights! Don't mess with the amazing...
Keep pushing.
That was a little messed up. Thanks.
Man just sat there like, oh, he's gonna be doing some jumpy stuff. Yeah.
did I come through the green door? I'm
Just wanted him to go through some pain. No, I bet I've gotten that thing for the thing. But yeah, I just think the D4 shapeshifting is like the worst one on the list. Like, I would rather them say, well, being invisible isn't that good of an advantage compared to like blindsiding someone or something. You know. Like, how close do we get? Get gifted. Not that bad. Do I even have anyone as a mutant that I use? I got close to that at least. Like, who would I use as a mutant? Mutant Emma Frost, I guess, on this. Let's go down to start. No. Well, his son is a mutant. Well, was a mutant, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just Emma. And Wolverine, I could use Wolverine. Gonna go work on it. Because let's assume we can get out of 2. Yeah, we would need to use monster spawns. Yeah, we'd need to do that. If we use Emma, we can get 2 at once. Yeah, sorry I didn't do any dialogue stuff today. I've just been really irritated about that, like, tier list that those people did. Like, sell sword arts. It's just really irritating. Like outranging an opponent with like a super strength sword. Like it's annoying when people like say like stuff like, but if you had Jupiter, you couldn't live to ride a big sword because like I'm just reading the comments. I really want to do like another one where we just like read the comments of these ones. Like, it's just really irritating. Like, ugh. Anyway, bye. See y'all next time.